London newspapers, especially the tabloids, loved to call him Jacko when he was alive. This is the cover of The Independent for Friday morning in the UK, saying simply, "The King of Pop is dead." And a few moments ago on the helicopter pad at USC, his body taken from a helicopter and put in the coroner's van, again for autopsy right away to try to determine the cause of death of Michael Jackson. Lester Holt has been my partner in this coverage and watching it for several hours. Lester, we were talking about all that he has given, the iconography of Michael Jackson, all that he has given pop culture.
You know, if you separate his personal life from his musical career, it's almost two different discussions, because the musical career was just nothing short of stunning. And I think we'll read in the papers tomorrow the different music experts, but I think it was the Thriller album in 1982 that really crystallized this guy from a great singer to a true superstar, truly the king of pop. That's a music video that the world had never seen, anything like that. MTV was still fledgling back in 1982, and they were showing bands on a stage playing music. This was a motion picture production, this video, and many people think it helped launch MTV into what it would later become. But it was more than that. It was the dance moves, the group, the choreography here, his own, the white glove, the white socks, the fedora, all these things that became synonymous with Michael Jackson. The glove one. Remember that term all the time? You couldn't hear news copy referring to Michael Jackson without the glove one today did X, Y, and Z.
That's right. He moved like no one else. And there's also the other side of this. You know, the crowds gathering at the hospital tonight reminded a lot of us of the crowds we'd last seen at his trial.
When I first saw this picture earlier this afternoon, I thought, my goodness, that looks like what we saw up in Santa Barbara during the trial. You could argue it's what we saw everywhere that Michael Jackson would go. Remember the crowds overseas? He'd go over to Asia, and just the thousands would fill the street. Not a lot of entertainers could draw these kinds of crowds all the time, and Michael Jackson could. And I've been receiving emails from relatives and friends and of different ages, and it reminds me that this is an entertainer who touched so many different generations along the way.
It's a big event in this country tonight. Lester Holt, thank you for being with us for our coverage tonight. That is our broadcast for this Thursday night. Thank you for being with us. A reminder, our colleague Ann Curry is going to be back on the air here tonight anchoring a special 2-hour edition of Dateline. That's at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight for 2 hours. I'm Brian Williams. We hope to see you back here tomorrow evening. For Lester Holt, my colleagues here in New York, good night.